Hello, everyone. It's been quite a while since I've had a chance to chat with you guys and sit down and relax, as I usually like to do. And I hope that in the meantime, you guys all been good, enjoying yourselves, making right decisions, taking it a bit easy, not taking life too seriously, as we all have, including myself. Um, Tonight, specifically, making this video recording for a friend of ours who wrote me just day before yesterday. This young lady, her first name starts with A, and that's as far as I can go. So she knows that this is for her. And of course, I hope everyone else can also benefit from it, because the whole purpose of this thing and me spending the good time with you guys is for all these different concerns and questions and happenings come to me, and when I respond to it, if it's not, if the respond is not among the list of the videos that I've produced already, then we will have a new subject to ponder and analyze and go through with it, and hope that it will alleviate some of the short-term pain that we may be going through. So again, hope that this would be something that it would not just help the young lady who this is for her, but also the others that may have similar circumstances. Her situation is not anything out of ordinary. It's something that we have already covered in the other productions. I have sent you a couple of links of 2 or 3 of the productions that I've already done, which that should help you out exactly if you do what you're supposed to be doing, if you pay attention to it clearly and openly. But in the meantime, I want to cover a little bit more stuff just specifically for perhaps your pain, something fresh out of the oven. Perhaps that's what you're looking for. Listen, dear, what you have explained to me about the fact that he broke up with you and you were crying and he had his arms crossed and just looked at you, and he said that he has this particular syndrome, which is similar to a mild autism, but this particular one that you mentioned, it only shows itself in kind of lack of getting engaged with the public and socializing, a lack of social skills and so on. So and so they have problem with showing emotions and so on and so forth, as you also yourself mentioned in your email. And you said that he likes to play video games on his PC, and he doesn't want to go out, and that's where he is. That's where he's most happy. He doesn't want to talk much. He doesn't want to do anything. So, my first comment is I hope that he will feel better soon, as I hope everyone feels better and feels happy within their own skin, and life would be according to what they would wish, and enjoy a normal, open, positive energy and life. Now, having said that, because this is for you and I'm looking at it from your point of view, not knowing exactly what kind of character you yourself have and what exactly he has, and I'm not pretending to be a doctor here, a psychologist, but I would like to share with you and look at this situation from your point of view, from what you have written for me in your email. So my question from after reading what you've written and the circumstances and so on, that he just simply broke up with you, and that's what he said, and you feel very sad, and you've got a new job and you don't want to go to, which some of that I addressed in my return email to you, which I hope you've received it with the links that I've asked you to look at it. So my first question after reading all these things is that when you tell me this is what he wants to do, sit down and play with a game, his PC, and don't do anything, don't want to be emotional, don't have trouble with emotions, and doesn't want to show any emotions or any affection or to do anything. And so the question is, why would you want such a man? For what? Is there anything of challenge to you yourself? Do you have a possible challenge that you can figure out, emotional challenge or mental challenge, or some shortcomings of something? I mean, from the outset, when I look at the picture that you have on your email, you look very nice, very presentable, very beautiful, and your picture has lots of positive emotions and feelings and energy in it. And you say you have a new job, and that's very positive. That means obviously you're capable of being qualified to get a job and make ends meet and make money for yourself, being independent. These are all positive qualities in anyone. Now, in your case, in a woman, it's very good. And I'm sure there are lots of men who have education and ability to provide and do things and have normal activities and be happy and extend good energy, would welcome the opportunity to get to know such a lady like yourself with these credentials that from this distance I can see from your email and from your physical look and so on. So the question would be, what makes you feel that this would be a loss if this young man doesn't want to be with you or doesn't work out with you guys? I mean, I would think, when I compare the two, from what you've told me and your intentions and interest, obviously, from your email, doesn't seem like a match anyhow. You're emotional, you're interactive, you want to be active, you want to show affection, you have a job, you want to do things, and this young man doesn't seem to be enjoying any of that on his own side or offer any of these sort of credentials from his side to you. So I know if we can get over the initial pain, and I don't want to be facetious or take it so lightly, because I know it's very difficult for you, but really, dear, wouldn't it be a cause for celebration? Because you obviously have an opportunity now. Road has opened up. Obviously, you have a situation where you can now take your boat and start rowing into the big ocean and see how and where, and you can anchor in a much more positive environment, that you can swim and breathe and expand your horizon. So that's the main thing I think you should really focus on, while I know it's difficult. Now, talking about how to handle the difficult part. Well, you see, I remember my professor at university, when I was a student, said to me in one of the courses that I was taking, I think it was Behavior and Organization course, and I loved that course. He was talking about, he said, at the time a person makes a decision, he or she believes that that decision is correct. So, fair enough. So at the time that you made a decision to have a go at it, have a relationship with this young man, at that time, for your own reasons and purposes and from the angle that you were looking at it and from where you were coming from or approaching life, that seemed to be a correct decision for you. But then again, the universe changes in every second. Every molecules and atoms of it is changed and expands and changes. Everything in the universe changes. There's nothing really is the same from a minute ago. So, in that case, things have changed. If things have changed with you, things have changed with him, things have changed in your mind, your plans, environment has changed, situations, circumstances have changed. So, your expectations probably has changed, and his expectations, as he said, or his expectation from himself or for his life has changed. And fair enough. So since everything has changed, shouldn't your expectation and your decision now, given the new circumstances, also renew, change? Meaning, the decision you made then when you made it, from your point of view, at the time you made it, was correct. For you then. But the decision that you made then, now, for you now, with all these other things that we talked about, and time have passed and you've passed, you've grown, so obviously should be rethought. You should rethink it. It should be changed. It's not compatible. So it's your right to now realize that decision was okay for then. What it is for now is not okay for you. So now change it. Make a different decision. And that decision should be changed based on who you are today, what you're looking for, what you're expecting from your life, from your relationship, from your boyfriend, from whatever it is that you have in your mind. You can't keep the old decisions when everything else and that person, part of the equation, who's changed himself or changed his mind, but you want to still make the same decision you made then based on the stuff today that is not the same as then. They have changed. They have announced it to you that they've changed. They're different. You can see it, but you still want to stick with the same decision or keep the same product, but it's not functioning the same way. It's like you buy some machine, some, I don't know, juicer or whatever it is, and it's not working the way it was supposed to work. It's not working the way that you were convinced to buy it, to use it for your benefit. So if it's not the same way, then it's a breach of contract. In other words, it's not the same. So if it's not the same, think about it. If it was then when you bought the juicer, and if it wasn't working then as it is not working now, would you have bought it? The answer would be no, because it wouldn't make the juice that you wanted. So think about it now. If this gentleman was saying the same thing that he's saying now and behaving the same way that he's doing now, you know, want to play PC game and do nothing, no affection, no nothing, do nothing, sit down and just couch potato and whatnot and have these difficulty or challenges, then if he would have shown you then and said to you the same stuff he's saying today, then would you have wanted to have a relationship? Would you have spend your time to build whatever you've built or whatever time you've spent with him? Probably not. So now nothing has changed. Now you have an opportunity to change. And the good thing is he doesn't want it, so you shouldn't want it either. The fact that you're worried about what have you done, could you have done anything different? No. Not at all. Why should you feel guilty? There's nothing to feel guilty about. People change, and that's their right. And you have the right to set a different compass, different beacon, walk toward a different direction, find your own happiness with someone else. This world is not made out of one person. And it takes two to tango. If he doesn't want to tango, don't tango. Go find your own kind. There's your own taste. There's so many people in this world, and so much wonder they can offer. But as long as you leave this place or what's not working, you will never have an opportunity to actually arrive to a different place. So now he doesn't want it. Why should you feel guilty? Why should you take responsibility that, oh, what could I have done to have made it differently. I mean, it's not your responsibility. Half of it is yours, not the other half. As far as I can see from your email, is you're having a normal life. You're working. You're happy. You want to have a relationship. Okay, so, but if that person doesn't want it, I mean, if you were a boy and your girlfriend had done this to you, I would say the same thing. I say the girl has the right to do whatever she wants to do. And now I want to tell you, the boy has the right to do whatever he wants to do. For whatever reason is good for him, or shortcoming, or whatever, that's his problem. Fine. And you, my opinion is, respect his wishes and respect yourself. Have respect for yourself and move on. Move on and go build your wonderful plans somewhere else with somebody who's worthy enough to walk beside you, or at least has the same plans, has the same interest to look toward the same direction while walking. So that would be, you can walk together alongside, going toward the same star, same direction. Then you can make something out of it. But the way I see it, there's nothing coming out of this. From what I've heard, what I've read from your email. So just take it easy. Understand there's no guilt on your part. Be happy. What you're missing really is not him, because obviously from what you told me, that's not the kind of man that you can count on, build anything with, or you want to be around with, because that's not what you told me is really not what a mature person should be doing, playing game all the time instead of going and building an economic life or any kind of positive life and effort. So it simply tells me that it is not something they should waste your time on. And there's nothing else that I can tell you really. What you're missing really is the time you've spent with this person, is your memories, the efforts that you have put into it. Not really the person itself, because the person itself obviously is not the caliber or is not what you're looking for. But what you're really missing and paying is the fact that you are missing all that investment, all that time, all that effort, all that hope, all the wishes, all those excitement that you had. You're disappointed because of that. You're missing all that. That's what you're missing. You miss that. And you miss, of course, the things that you're used to, like, see the guy, do things with him, whatever stuff, or whatever it was. But otherwise, all of that can be replaced. All of it, and even better. The next one will be even better, because now you know what you should be looking for. Your process of selection would be a little bit better this time, because you'll be more with an open eyes. So what I suggest to you is take a look at the two most viewed segments that I have on the list, which I've already linked them to you in my email, and take it from there. And nothing else should bother you. Life is too short to have to sit around and sulk for someone who wants to play a video game and not give you affection or emotion or no plans. Oh, what's that for anyhow? I mean, I don't think we've come to this life to simply do that. So if he's making a mistake, then you're making a bigger mistake, that you're just sulking about, why can't I be with this person who's making a mistake? Well, don't you think that's kind of weird? You can see he's making a mistake with his life, wasting his life. Why should you want to be part of a mistake and something that is a waste of life anyhow? Go on. Make a positive life for yourself. New friends. Move on. Build. Don't stagnate. It'll all be okay. Don't worry. Everybody goes through some kind of rough times when things change, and then it'll all be okay. For you the same. Take it easy. Relax. Value yourself. Respect yourself. Spend time with yourself. Build things for your life, and look ahead for the future. Don't stagnate. If somebody wants to stagnate, leave him there. You go on. You've got no guilt to worry about. Have a nice evening. Talk to you guys soon.